can't do anything about. So long-range transport of biomass burning materials or long-range transport of urban pollution up from some other city, there's not much help. I mean, you go back to that map of non-attainment areas. What are you going to do if you live in a rural county between Dallas and Austin? And you're out of compliance. What do we do? I mean, we hardly have any cars. There's no industry here. So how can we be responsible for the poor air quality that we have? Well, there's transport. There's natural influences. How do we diagnose that? The surface monitors, there's some clues. The meteorology, that's helpful. The back trajectories, that's helpful. But my sales pitch is always, this ozone data is gold, because you start to see, because it's a tracer, because it has a longer lifetime in the free troposphere, you start to see features that you can then, in conjunction with the MET data and the back trajectories and the satellite data, now we put together a picture and we said, we're going to do this. We're going to answer this question. Where's that ozone enhancement coming from? And we're going to track it, and does it go to fires? Does it go to the stratosphere? Right? Does it go to a big city upwind? That's our mystery. Why is it there? And then how much of it influenced what happened at the surface? Why did we end up 10 ppb higher today in ozone than we were on Monday?
So then what do we do about something like it's coming from Mexico? It's a global issue now, not just our country.
Correct.
So
It's an international issue. And I think lots of folks have been worried about the Chinese pollution and how it's impacted air quality. Long-range transport across the Pacific. Europeans are worried about pollution on the east coast of the United States, which gets transported across the Atlantic. It's a global problem. The modelers have looked at this and figure it's generally on the order of 1 or 2 ppb on long-range transport for influences. But hey, if you're sitting at 69 and the U.S. sends you 1 or 2 ppb, you go over 70, hey, you're out of compliance now.
One thing I'll mention, since you brought that up, Dave will validate this. On Thursday, we're going to have a group here on campus when we're launching another balloon. And
That's
many of them
tomorrow.
are coming
A week
from
from
next
tomorrow.
Thursday.
Oh, a week from
Next Thursday, there'll be a group, and many of them are coming from Mexico for these kind of issues. That's what we are constantly talking with folks in Mexico because it is such a big influence here. And so there's a whole border air quality thing going on. There's border conferences. We're constantly talking back and forth, trying to help each other.
have you found cities that are polluting and causing increased ozone in other places, but they don't necessarily have ozone that's over 70?
Usually the culprits are exceeding the standard too. Yeah, and then the winds carry it to wherever the winds carry it. So for a long time, having studied Houston for so long, everybody in Southeast Texas points to Houston as their problem. San Antonio points to Houston. Austin points to Houston. Dallas points to Houston, and Dallas's air quality is worse than Houston's, and I'm pretty sure it's not. But they'll blame it on Houston. Everybody likes to blame Houston because Houston's easy. Oh, look at all the petrochemical, look at all the cars. I mean, it's easy to just say Houston's responsible for the problem. If you live in College Station, Houston probably is a lot responsible for your problem. If you live in Nacogdoches, probably not so much. One of the fun things about this project when I've gone to different places, I got to learn the local meteorology, I have to learn the local influences. It's great working with folks here because they know some of that, and we're giving them one more piece of the puzzle, and we talk and start to figure stuff out. I had a project in Japan that went over 2 years, and the first year I just didn't understand the meteorology at all. I couldn't figure it out. But I started to figure it out because I watched the fronts and I watched how they developed, and then I was trying to catch plumes off of China going to Hokkaido. When does that happen? I finally figured out, oh, I need this front to come through, and here's the timing. And the second year, I was able to time my launches to catch those fronts coming off of China. Same thing will happen here. I mean, you'll get to know your meteorology, you'll get to know your influences, you get to know the local sources really well, and it's fun. And everyone is different. Everyone. I mean, you were talking yesterday about cold fronts coming from east to west here. sort of sweeping, backing into El Paso.
Yes, we call them
Hey,
backdoor boat fronts.
In Houston, it doesn't work that way. The east side of Texas, the fronts are coming from the north and the northwest and sweeping through to the southeast. So here, even the direction of the fronts looks different. So everything's going to look different wherever you go. Obviously, I get excited about this.
How's the asset data compared to the other cities in Texas?
We can do that too. All the data from every other site that we've looked at is online. And the neat thing about Monday, we were launching in San Antonio on Monday at dawn and 4 in the afternoon. We launched here at 3 and 7. So you can look at those San Antonio versus El Paso profiles from Monday and say, wow, how much difference was there over, what is it, 500 miles?
500
roughly?
miles.
Yeah, 800 miles?
500.
500 miles, 800 kilometers, roughly. Great questions. Lots of questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. Yeah.
Actually, please, if you allow me, I'd like to introduce you all to Dr. Devon Stewart. He's coming all the way from Washington, D.C. He just got his PhD working in aerosols in the South Coast Air Basin, and now you're heading for a postdoc in California, right?
Yes.
So he's just joining our conference.
Welcome. Glad to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks for the welcome, Dr. Rosa.
He was actually working with us during the summer, and but he's a Howard student.
Okay.
He was a Howard student, excuse me. Yeah.
Great. Glad to have you.
I'm sorry, I was just trying to catch up with, I know I'm really late, so I'm trying to catch up before I ask any questions. So the aim of this project here is for El Paso to look at what are you trying to do, get more,
Ocean profiles.
okay.
Yeah, to try to understand ozone